Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot and astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have excellent troll slayers who keep us safe, and we've got a fantastic community here because of you. You have been so kind to each other, and you have been so kind to me. Thank you. Also, you've been very, very kind to Sarah. Thank you. She was going to be on today, but last minute she had to, her father has some breathing troubles, and she had to get him to the hospital. So she went to do that. So blessings to Sarah and to her father and to her daughter who's helping her today with logistics and getting everything sorted out. So bless, bless, bless. Okay. Let me think. If you're watching on replay, hello. All the questions are in the chat, or in the description box below. So you can go down, you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch the whole thing back, whole live stream back on 1.25 speed, which I do quite a bit. Yeah, it was a little big changes last minute, which is totally fine, but a little discombobulated. And I grabbed, I'm not sure about this, I grabbed this new lipstick. I will get to the questions, it's important in just a minute. But yeah, there's this, they came with these little smiley faces. That's new. But happy little smiley faces. And this color is called Energizer. Yeah, so we're giving it a whirl. I don't think I have enough on my bottom lip. And boy, it's the long wear, which is good. I can only get it off with, like, I usually use chapstick to get it off, but this stuff dries fast. I don't think I got enough. I don't think I got enough on my bottom lip. So hang on 1 second, and we'll get to the glorious questions. And I am using Old Faithful today, the tarot deck, because of all the years and years and years that I read on this jerk. All the negativity, all the things he got away with. I think that deck deserves its time, its energy to enjoy the energy of the man being found guilty of 34 felony charges. And I do believe there's going to be more. It may not be before the election, but man o' day. Okay. Man. It's the best I can do. Yeah. It dries funny. It's okay. Anyway, we are where we are. Let's get out ye old Rider-Waite deck. And if you're watching on replay, you can skip all this, but thank you for being here. All right. Wow. I was so happy yesterday. My cheeks hurt from smiling. So Pamela says, I love the way you're clapping with excitement. Yes. Oh, there you go. Ricky says, and the star of the show, the next host of the People's Court, the Honorable Judge Boo Boos and Kitty. Yes. And he's very judgy. Oh, thank you for being here. At least, thank you. Susie Ryder says Trump is providing lame excuses for not testifying, whining as usual. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Lewis says, I'm not embarrassed to admit I cried with joy. So did I. And thank you for being able to admit that, or being willing to admit that, I should say. I like that. And Pam says, oh, good. That medical procedure was successful. Thanks for your prayers. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Excellent. All right, so let us look at the questions. It's a kind of Trump-heavy day because people have a lot of questions about what happens now. So, the first question is from Nuclear Magenta at 5 minutes 30 seconds in. Will Trump succeed in getting the sentencing hearing delayed? There are a lot of questions. Do check in the description box before you post more questions for today, because it very likely is there already. Hello, Becca from House of Lenormand in the chat. We are lucky to have Becca from House of Lenormand here. Just think, the New York trial was supposed to be the weak one. I know, right? I know. Imagine the top secret documents case. Oh boy. Since nobody did, this is hysterical. CNN GOP hacks, somebody died. Didn't know how to react. And since nobody actually did die, this is funny. This is very funny. Oh, Pam L., thank you. I watched you 4 times yesterday for your excitement. And while I did a dance, excellent. Oh, good. Thank you. Oh gosh. Okay, so will you get the let us take pity. Let us take pity on those watching on replay. At there. Will Trump succeed in getting the hearing delayed? Succeed in getting the sentencing delayed. Doesn't look like it. Card for the reading. This is the card of waiting for your ship to come in. Okay, if I cover you up, will you actually sleep and not like actually let me read for the nice people on the important stuff? Thank you. Okay, good. Under the blankie. Good. This is normally a card of waiting for your ship to come in, but in this case, this is going to hang over him. Matter of fact, I heard that this morning he wasn't quite as awful as normal because apparently his lawyers must have had a word with him, because it's not over. Technically, his gag order is still going. It's still valid. And the one thing Mershon absolutely can do is, one of the criteria for whether Trump gets jail time or not is, does he show remorse? He's toast. He's toast. Come on. Becca this morning says he was attacking Michael Cohen this morning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The gag order is, he's going to stomp up and down on it between here and there. Just a given. And that's true, Becca. If he delays sentencing, then he delays being able to appeal. That's true, but oh, wow. So this is going to hang over him. And frankly, cards here, it starts with the Chariot. This is big forward movement. Page of Pentacles. There's only so much his lawyers can do. Lover's card in the middle, so this would be the sycophants, the MAGA people. He has raised some money. They say that the website where he takes in money crashed yesterday from the sheer number of people trying to donate to him. And maybe that's true. Maybe they have a cheap website provider who can't handle traffic. Maybe he made it up. They made it up. Nobody would be surprised. But I do get that. Becca says they said he raised $34 million. So does that money go to Eugene Carroll? It should. Okay, who said he raised $34 million? Because if it's Trump people said that, don't believe them. Don't believe them. He's lied before. But even if he did in the short term, long term, there's the Empress and the Star, major arcana of the country moving forward, of women voting in en masse, of, yeah, he better be careful. So but I'm getting the chariot, I'm getting things moving forward. So Becca says Michael Steele on Twitter is saying they'd raised $34 million. Michael Steele, the former RNC chair and current MSNBC contributor. Thank you, Becca. Thank you. Thank you. Funny, I just was looking for clarification and I just got the card of charity. Small amounts of charity. Because of the big old judgment right behind it. Yeah. The Emperor in the Sun. And this is a card of refusal, but it can be a card of delay. It's what's being offered here. The person here, like, nope, 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 nope. So I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. One of the questions here is about, is he actually going to go through with the presidential debate? Because are you with Biden or the felon? Thank you, Joe Crane. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Welcome to the pumpkin patch. Oh boy. Oh, and the beat. Okay, how do you pronounce that? That looks Irish. The Beanshe? I'm sure I've ruined that, but I tried. Oh boy. So we'll get to that in a minute. He's going to play games, but I don't think he's going to succeed. At 13 minutes in, Rick Talley, 1305, was asking, what does the energy look like for Judge Merchan to give Trump jail time now that he's guilty times 34? Happy dance. Banshee, excellent. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Laura. Oh, thank you, Kelly. So, Merchan, I mean, and Goron said, it was a part of his sentencing that Trump showed no remorse. He said absolutely none. And it made it worse for Trump. Felon Trump, Alan. Yes, felon Trump. Louis Tavalis says plus 12 counts of contempt of court. Really? Is it really a full 12? Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the pumpkin patch. Whew. So, Merchan. Judge Merchan. He doesn't want to open this can of worms, but instead of being the first one to give an ex-president jail time, at the same time, I mean, Martha Stewart, granted, at one point she had been a registered stockbroker, so she knew the rules. And she was a first-time felon, and she got 5 months in prison that she had to serve. And Martha Stewart has some bodyguards in her life. They're not Secret Service, but she has to worry about kidnappings and crazy fans, and she got 5 months. Okay. This is, right now, we're just seeing, and this feels like pathetic amounts of money, just kind of, I guess, rolling into Trump for now. But it just feels like for now. Temperance. All right. So we just need to, B. Smith says 5 months for 2 counts. The temperance card, which is we need to just relax. And I've been saying this, for a while. We'll just stay calm, stop, and if not smell the flowers, look at the flowers. Far right communication. They're going to blather. Trump's going to blather. It's a day ending in day. It's a day ending where he's still a felon. But center of the reading is the 10 of Cups. So that would be us being very, very, very happy, very content, because I've got an 8 of Swords legally hemmed in and a big old Judgment card. This feels like extreme confinement. Now, whether that's whatever that form takes, I don't think it's going to be fun for him. And I think really that's what it comes down to. That's really the question. Because so is Mershon going to do jail time? There's something here. There's confinement, or there's some limited jail time. It feels like limited jail time. Limited, but then house arrest. I guess what it comes down to, it's 1730, and I haven't gotten that a lot. 1730. Will Trump be adequately punished where he feels the constraints, feels the full constraints of being in prison or serious home confinement? Like no phone, no golfing, no social media. Please. Kathy P says Glenn Kirshner predicted some jail time. It feels like a little bit, but we'll see. No McDonald's. Yes. No Cokes. Exactly. Is he going to actually feel it? Oh. There's okay. Card for the reading is part of the sentencing. Part of the difficulty of the sentencing is the stress he's going to feel between here and July. If it was me, I would want sentencing sooner rather than later, because I wouldn't do this in the first place. And if they're going to find me guilty over nothing anyway, it's like, fine, just. But I understand they're putting it off for him to pretend he has something to appeal on, because there's nothing appealing about him. Just saying. Card for the reading. His sleepless nights, his stress, it's hanging over him. Yeah. Thank you for letting us know. Apparently Biden is speaking right now, and lots of people are letting us know in the chat. But I wasn't going to read on that. So do let me know if there's something big that comes out of it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. He has to wait. This man has no patience. King of Pentacles. The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. Ace of Cups. This is something new. This is, we have been parched for justice, for this man to be held accountable. And there's finally some rain. It may not be a deluge, but there's finally rain. Page of Wands, he is brought down in power. Whatever happens to him, he's not the king here, he's the page. Because right at the end, I've got a big old justice card. So he feels some pain here. To be held accountable, there's something there. This is, I am not, one thing I'm not getting is probation, tiny fine, who cares, it's nothing. No, I'm not getting that. They got you dead to rights. The trial is over. And this is refreshing. And this is you being brought down to size. I'm for it. Harvey Norton says the cup overfloweth with Trump tears. Yes. Or overflowing with Trump tears. Oh, that reminds me. I have a, let me see, do I have this handy? Yeah, the graphic of, have you seen Melania's response? Yeah, she, her response to his conviction and her support, her words of support. Yeah, it's there. Moving on. At 23 minutes in, Carol Langstaff had a question. That was a joke. It was not a good joke, but it was a joke. Her words of support, it was a bad joke, but it was a joke. Anyway, 23:30. Carol Langstaff says in his fury after the conviction, what are the chances Trump might blatantly incite harm on others? My feelings are that the big bad orange one is more dangerous now than before the verdict. Here's the thing, though. It isn't what he can do. He's not going to do anything. He's a coward. Just your screen went empty. That was the thing. Okay. Anyway, oh gosh. Everyone's still saying in the chat things like, I thought my internet went out on me. My screen just went blam. It's just, oh gosh. I'm not a comedian, so anyway, I was trying. All right. I'm trying. 24. All right. So once again, Carol Langstaff, in his fury after the conviction, what are the chances Trump might blatantly incite harm on others? The thing is, if you look at the trial itself, There weren't a ton of people outside. Cindy Lou says Colbert did the same thing with the white screen. Ah, okay. 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 Thank you, Katie. Thank you. You're very sweet. There really weren't people outside. Trump himself was a coward. We know that. And now, does he want to rain destruction down on his enemies? Yes, of course. But this was a huge hit to his idea of an emperor. His idea of his strength between the. I mean, we've seen him have dips in his popularity before and come back, but between the libertarians, that mess when he went and talked to the libertarians, and then 34 felony convictions, this feels like a body blow to his delusion of being an emperor, because I've got a legal sort of truth right in the middle. Now, he's still in a favorable position in many respects. He's not going without, he's not going without breakfast. He's not. Did you see all the junk food on the table that in the video that Junior posted of them together in the other room, the empty court? It wasn't a courtroom. It was the empty room they were in. There's all kind of junk food on the table. These people are not hurting for creature comforts. And meanwhile, there are really, really good people in this world who are struggling, which makes me crazy. But anyway, he's going to try to knock down. He's going to be disappointed as they try to knock things down between now and the sentencing, or November, or whenever. And this could be followers trying to kick stuff down. But how much effort does it take to knock over one of those little goblets? It's just kind of and it falls. And then the other one falls. There's no great group here. So, all right. So, let's see, at 28:15, will Trump bow out of the June presidential debate? There's supposed to be a presidential debate June 27th? 27th? I didn't write it down on here. Okay, it's like the 27th or the 20th. I think it's the 27th, which is Thursday. He's supposed to have his first. Thank you, Veronica. Here's the thing, though. Does he dare? Does he dare have a debate with Joe Biden? I mean, how many times can Joe Biden say, "Hello, felon. How you doing?" 34 felonies convicted. 34 felonies. He's waiting for sentencing on 34 criminal charges that he was found guilty of. Alan says he won't debate. Maltings Cottage says he hasn't got the bottle to debate Biden. I love that. Becca, you're awesome. There's no way in the 9 circles of else he's going to debate Biden. Say he's under an unconstitutional gag order. Oh, yeah, the gag order. or it's rigged. That's it. It won't be a fair debate. It's rigged. Everything's rigged. He's the victim. Oh, he's the victim. Of course. All your life. Knight of Wands. That's I don't know, just kind of feels like a little frisky kind of, I want to debate. I want to do the thing normally, under normal circumstances, normal voting conditions. That's Biden. King of Cups is Biden. King of Wands is Trump. Those are the first two cards. Hello, cards. Apparently, we are on topic. Biden, Trump. Knight of Cups. Well, that would be questions, but perhaps, of course, he'd say they're just going to be softball questions. And I've got a Four of Cups here. That's a refusal. That's a refusal. No, shan't. Don't want to. And I don't know that it has that much of an effect, but for some reason, I've got a big Tower card at the end. So I would say, under normal circumstances, they were, but maybe he's going to try to use an excuse to not go. But let's get some clarification on this great big Tower card, because this is disastrous for Trump. And if it's disastrous for Trump, I want to hear it. As long as nobody actually gets physically hurt and nobody's sick, and he's being held accountable for his own actions, I'm there. Sign me up. Ugh. And his lawyers, we're going to get to that here shortly about his lawyers. As of April, he still owed Blanche and a woman that he works with, Bovine, something, I don't know. But he owes the two of them, I've got the numbers somewhere, but $700,000-$800,000. Think they're going to ever see that money? Really? So, what's the deal with the Tower? Jennifer Parr says felon 34 won't debate because he's a man of a trillion excuses. Yes. What does that mean? Oh, legal problems. Again, he's still trying to pretend he's the emperor. We don't have emperors. This is the United States of America. We don't have emperors. Get stuffed. Anyway. Again, refusal, but he's on the defensive. And you think, okay, I mean, what could it be about? Is it that bad? It is 10 of swords and the 10 metaphorical swords in the back. So I have this weird feeling, which doesn't make any sense to me, but I'll tell you what I'm feeling, and that is that there's something legal between here and there. Something legal happens, and it's bad. It's really bad for Trump. I don't know what that could be. So many of his cases have already been put off. So, okay. Oh my gosh, Valerie, Sage the Scales Tarot, you are a national treasure. Who's going to accept the reverse charges from prison so Biden can debate him? I love that. That is awesome. That was good. That was good. 3530. Wolf Rebel at 3530. Will Trump's conviction causes co-defendants in the Mar-a-Lago case to see the writing on the wall that pardons are not coming? So they ditch their lawyers, seek new counsel, and flip like pancakes. Oh, thank you, Pam. I would so not be elected president in so many ways. So I would stay in my lane. Whew. Hello, Suzanne. I made it live. It is 3:50 a.m. in Australia here. Oh my gosh. I hope you get some rest. But thank you for being here. So, Mar-a-Lago co-defendants. Well, they're still attacking. Oh, thank you, Louis. They're still attacking Fonnie Willis. So, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. They are facing some real jail time, some real problems. RICO laws. Aggressive law enforcement. Need to make some choices here, buddy. But they are still trying to pretend that you've got the other side is the Page of Cups, which is weak, and you've got the King of Wands here, which is Donald Trump, who is going to save us. Not so much. He's going to run out of money and support and everything else here. The miser desperately clinging to what little he has left. So what it feels like is they are, you have to understand, these people are so deep in delusion land. I think they're going to wake up, but it might be too late. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh, bless you, Pam. Thank you. Lovejoy is asking, do you think he will run off in the night to another country? Every time I've read on it, I get no. There's something or someone or group of someones that stop him. So, all right. So next we have got Sharon Rice at 3815. 3815 was asking, was the Supreme Court sitting on their hands with immunity until after the New York trial results? Yes. Well, I don't know if they did it because of the New York trial, but they're sitting on their hands for as long as possible. We know that. Are they in the creek without a paddle heading into the Whitewater River? Supreme Court. Oh, that's interesting. Is the fact that Donald Trump was just convicted on all 34 felony criminal charges, is that somehow going to end up blowing back on the Supreme Court, specifically the conservative justices, in some way? Whew. Felon 45, exactly, Betty Cantrell. I like how some people are just calling him 34. All right, so Supreme Court. Oh, funny, there's no justice card here. They're just working on their ultra-conservative, working hard to take women's rights away. Yes, indeed. Hurting women. who should know their place. And that's not going so well. And if you think it's bad what just happened to Trump, wait until November, because fingers crossed, please vote. I don't want to jinx anything, but I get Biden's going to win. Wheel of Fortune. You were up here. Now you're down there. Oh, the Supreme Court justices, you were lucky enough to end up where you are now. And maybe you should think about they're not going to. The ones on the right, they're not going to think about anything but themselves. They are here on the defensive, and I've got a suspension here. So I would say that come Biden's second term, is not the first set of cards I have gotten that at least one Supreme Court justice is going to be shown the door, but it's down the road. It's alas, it's not tomorrow, but they're definitely getting some crazy, angry energy like around my head when I'm reading on this. They're all mad and what have you. I hope McConnell's mad. I hope McConnell lives to see. Actually, I just hope he lives, period, because I don't wish anyone illness or to be unalived. But I really hope McConnell lives to see the damage he did undone. That he gets to see multiple justices removed from that court and replaced with liberal justices. I hope he lives to see that after all the damage he's caused. That would be karma. Anyway. Do put questions in the chat just before I come on. I'm full up for today, but your questions are important and I really want to read on them. So, all right, at 4220. 4225. Sorry, I got a message from Sarah. She got to her father's house, so that's good. That's good. So Sharon Rice was asking, is Todd Blanch worried that Trump won't pay now that he lost the case and has been found guilty on 34 felony charges? Anyway, since Trump is now basically using an ambulance chaser level attorney. Okay, so over on, there's a link in the description. I'm trying to remember where this was. Was it Forbes? I think this is the link's in the description. I think this is from a Forbes article. This article was from about 10 days ago, so May 21st. Todd Blanche and Emil Bove. Lawyers, I'm just going to call him Bove. Oh, thank you for becoming a member, Holly. Thank you. Okay. Lawyers Blanche and Bove, who are representing Trump at his trial, are both partners at Blanche Law, which FEC filings show has been paid approximately $4.9 million by Save America, that PAC, between April 2023, right after Trump was indicted in Manhattan, and April 30th, the most recent date for which campaign finance data is available. Okay? That is including $854,500 paid during April alone as his trial got underway. It's unclear how those funds were split between Blanche and Bove. And Blanche is also representing Trump in his 2 criminal cases taking place in federal court. So some of the funds were likely for his services in those cases. Okay. Trump still owed the law firm $837,000 as of the end of April. 40, 45. Huh. So this doesn't feel like, oh, for all that talking, it's good to know, but I don't know, this guy deserves more than 3 cards. He's going to turn on you. Seriously, Blanche, everybody saw this coming. Everybody saw this coming for miles. Trump lost. Trump does not accept loss. He lives in a fantasy world, and you have failed him. You had a plan. You told him it was going to be okay, even though he would have gone absolutely mental and acted out in court if you told him anything else. And this does not feel like... He's also going to have people around him blaming those. Trump's going to be blaming Blanche, and of course everybody else. People around him are too. You did this to yourself. What were you expecting? Honestly, what were you expecting? Okie dokie. So at 46:30, Donna Golar had a question. 46:30. Will you read on Todd Blanche's fate moving forward? Does he truly believe the positive things he said about Trump after the trial? Okay. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. Future of Todd Blanche. Actually, it just feels like 3 cards. Does Blanche actually believe the stuff he was saying about Trump? The glorious things about the Frankfurter. Yeah, Furrer. Oh, card down. Hold, please. Oh, look at that. Okie dokie. Oh, I got 6 cards. All right. Yeah, because I've got 3 and 3. That's right. All this is taking place in front of everybody. Everybody can see. Also, everybody knew that you couldn't trust him, but sure. Okay, that's your choice. As my grandfather used to say, you're 20 and 1. So his future. Short term, not great. Long term, he can eventually try to spin it. See, a lot of these heinous people, they kind of flock together, and then there are other people who will pay them money. So he could end up in some kind of law firm or think tank or something. It's not awful, but in the short term, it's terrible. Just what he deserves, career-wise. Does he believe he is willing to... Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is a con man. If he wants to get paid, it is a choice between not being paid and being paid. Oh, yes, you're glorious. You're handsome. You weigh 180 pounds. You are just the best, the best, the best, the best. Yeah. I don't want to read on him anymore. Preferably ever, but you ask, I read. Okay. Hemlock had a question at 49:15. At 49:15. Now that Orangina is guilty of being a 34-count felon for election interference and fraud, will his presidency be considered illegitimate now or in the future? Considered or something done about it? I think that's the big difference. Touch their favorite games. I'm glad it helped. I'm glad you were able to laugh. That was good. All right. Illegitimate presidency. He will be known as a con man because he is. When the magician card goes bad, that is a con man. Let's just say it's not going to go well for him in the court of law. And he was president during an absolutely heinous pandemic. And he was awful and useless and selfish. There's all this aggressive law enforcement justice card. That's what he'll be remembered for. King of Swords, law, more law, and his sycophants, his absolutely devoted sycophants. Yeah. And his money troubles too. So that's what he'll be remembered for. But illegitimate, I don't know. It would be nice. Wouldn't it be lovely? All right, at 51:30, we have a question from Velda Ray. Oh, that's the question. 51:40. Karma has arrived for Trump. Welcome, Karma. Come in. Make yourself at home. Karma has arrived for Trump. Which case will come next, DC or Florida? I would think DC, but DC, Florida. He really still thinks he's going to win. DC. I don't know that it's going to happen before the election, but DC, there's a way we do things. Oh my gosh, Byrne gifted 20 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you, Byrne. Thank you. Anne says Cannon isn't moving that case forward. Oh, we'll get there. But for the DC case, they're waiting for the Supreme Court to rule whether there's immunity or not. It's tied up, this case, is my understanding. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But however, though that doesn't look grand, the Florida case in front of Judge Cannon, if we can call her that, is even worse because he's so special. Batting of eyelashes. He's so wonderful. And you poor dear, you don't have a leg to stand on in this case where you put our entire national security at risk. Yeah, but I'll slow things down here. They can pile up their evidence and their whatever they want. You just go sit down, sweetie. That's what I get from Cannon. I don't like her. Just saying. DC is more likely. So, yeah, I'm with you, Lewis. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. All right, I do have some other questions here. Sarah just sent me something. Oh, hang on. Sarah sent something. One second. What is this? What is this? Hang on. Oh, yes, I've seen that. Okay. There were just memes. I thought there was something more serious. Sorry. Okay, so there was a question. Lynette, tell us how you really feel. I know. There was actually a question that zipped by in the chat, and I don't see it. I don't see anything related to that here. So I'm going to fit this in because it's very much related to what we're talking about. Now, will the Republicans jettison Trump as their nominee? Question mark. I read on something about this yesterday after we got the glorious ruling. But let me check again. What I got was chaos. People being in the Republican Party being very split. So Republican, yeah, the Republican National, it's not the committee, it's the convention, is 4 days after 4 days after Trump's sentencing. Yeah. Okay, Republicans, what are you going to do at the convention? What are you going to do? Going to stick with Trump? And if somebody wants to say I'm biased, I understand. If you want to say, it's a blue channel, you're biased, okay. I also do get answers from the cards I don't like, but just saying, okay, I understand. So it's not really surprising, but I put these cards down and I heard very loudly, felon, 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 felon. Oh, okay. Ace of Pentacles, the nominee, is a big deal. He can't, my understanding is he can't, it's debatable if he can vote for himself, but he can run to be president. Right now, Biden is saying they don't plan on stopping Trump from getting security briefings after the convention. But if you'll notice, the convention comes after the sentencing. There's some legal thorns in this rose, this stinky, stinky rose. Magician, trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat. Legal pain, 10 of Swords. Big old justice card for the King of Pentacles. This would be the Republican nominee, because Pentacles come up to me as Republicans. They kind of want him to be, but this is not going to go well for Trump. His legal problems are going to get worse. But who else are they going to choose? I mean, there's the thought that maybe Nikki Haley or somebody else or whatever. But can you really get somebody who's going to be able to, the whole party's going to be able to coalesce around? You've got July, August, September, October. So 4.5 months, and you need to get the entire party to coalesce around one person. Good luck. Becca says that a convicted felon, he's not allowed to receive classified briefings. Well, he shouldn't be able to, but The president doesn't have to, I mean, granted, I just hope Biden doesn't let him in, but a president doesn't need a security clearance. And if there's somebody, and he can grant a security clearance to anybody he wants, even if they are wildly unable to get one on their own, Kushner. But Biden could use that excuse. Hang on. See, I'm getting a little extra other questions I don't get to. I will roll over to tomorrow. I feel like we need to read on this. Will Biden give Trump or get Trump classified briefings before Election Day 2024 question mark. Ooh boy. All right, security clearance. Are you going to give Donald Trump security briefings? Going to allow actually go through with that between now and Election Day? Suddenly, like, all of my skin is like itching. This is not good energy. Blast from the past, the mental image I got. Do you remember way back in the dim and distant, there was this children's toy where it was sort of like a lawnmower-ish shape, but for kids. And as you pushed it, these little balls in this little dome, half dome, or this dome would just kind of get thrown around a little bit, like a pop, 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 as you pushed it along. That's the mental image I got. Like, let's give him, if we give him something, we'll give him the, little something he can play with, little, oh yeah, we gave him a briefing. He shouldn't be getting anything. He shouldn't be given the time of day. And I mean, he really shouldn't be given the time of day. Howling at the moon. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Just because canon hasn't moved forward doesn't mean that you shouldn't be worried and trying to stir things. But what I get here is a big it was Agatha all along. Exactly, Becca from Hustle and Norman. They'll give him a McDonald's kid menu and tell him it's classified. Exactly. Classified. All right. Well, there's more to read on, but I will be back here tomorrow. I am literally here every single day of the year. Weekdays, weekends, your birthday, my birthday, holidays, you name it, I'm here. And I'm going to, questions I didn't get to today, I'll roll over to tomorrow and then just put new questions in the chat before I come on. And thank you. Thank you for being here. There's good stuff coming, but there's a lot. There's just so much that's going to happen and so much good stuff that's going to happen too. So yeah, all right. But do take time to enjoy the flowers, find some joy, cuddle with a pet, or talk to a friend, or read a good book, or whatever it is that will give you some joy. You should do a little bit more of that. All right. So hang in there. It's 1:19 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel, and we'll get our projects going there, get some work done. some good creative or just work done, organizing. So I'll be over there, and then I will be right back here tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. All right. So hang in there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. I don't actually know what that means, Becca. I'm not down with the lingo. I'll have to look it up. Anyway. All right. You're not alone. Please remember, you're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. So take care, and I will see you right back here tomorrow. 34.